So we've reached the 28th of December and we're halfway through the year. We've had a youth intake preview and Las Palmas are trying to poach our new set piece coach, who I never really introduced you to because I kind of forgot. Miguel Angel Novo is the current set piece coach. Our previous one was poached. Francisco de Albert was poached by Espanyol to be their set piece coach. No idea why they wanted him, but they did, and they poached him from us and spent about 31.5 grand to get him in. So good luck to him. Hope he does well. I didn't really want to lose him, but I did. Espanyol are currently in 19th place in La Liga, so clearly it's not working for them right now. But who knows? Things could change. Also, Real Madrid are incredible this year. They've lost just the one game, and Jude Bellingham is the World Footballer of the Year. That being said, we've not really introduced any new staff members, but we got so many games to go through. We're going to do that right now. The first game we had was against Almeria's B team, and we took the lead in a 3-2 victory after 4 minutes after Lozano scores the opening goal. My fear about him not being able to play on that side was kind of ended there and then, but they equalised twice in this game. We took the lead 3 times. Antonio equalised with this effort. Javi Sanchez not really dealing with it, unfortunately. And then we take the lead again. Gabari gets a corner in. It's not dealt with properly. Guzman finds Lozano. He fires back in the net again. So again, proving my point about how good he is this year. But Almeria B equalised in the first minute of the second half. Antonio again proved to be a nuisance. He finds Oliver, and Oliver scores. But we win it. In the 92nd minute of the game, Chenting with his free kick. Keeper completely wrong-footed. And it's the winning goal. A happy game, which probably we didn't deserve to win. I'll leave that up to you to decide. We then took on Milena and won in the 86th minute of the game after Tonner scores the only goal of the game from the set piece. Was it lucky? Yes. Did we deserve to win? Probably yes, but we got a win against newly relegated Milena. We then took on Motril and actually went behind the game that we drew 1-0. And that Pedro Pena's cross was not dealt with properly by the defence, and Gonzalez scores the opening goal. But we equalise ourselves very late on, 8 minutes in. Gabari involved, finds Martin, he finds Lozano. Lozano finds the back of the net. He scored in every home game so far this season, and it was the only shot we had on target, which is probably not a good sign. We then took on Aguiles and beat them 3-1. Beat him the first time in our career. Lozano plays across to find Brian. Brian gets his first goal of the year, and I'm delighted by this start. And the fact we then scored another 2 goals in the first half was great. Diego finds Brian again. Brian with a nice turn. The fact he actually was able to make the turn in the first place was ridiculous. But then we make it 3-0 before half time. And Mato finds Gabari. Gabari hits the post, but it finds its way to Diego. So that was a bit lucky. But they get a goal back, unfortunately for us, from a corner. And again, we just don't seem to deal with those crosses very well, and that's a shame. But we won by 3-1 different way to get our 3rd win in 4 matches. We then took on Aguisares and came from behind again to draw 1-0. We seem to be good at that this year, but we weren't very good defensively here when Milicevic scores the opening goal. But this equaliser was very nice, and it gave me hope that we can do good things in the future. Tonner's header was blocked initially, then Gabari scores the effort, keeper gets to it, and it hits the bar and goes in. So a good equaliser. Did we deserve to win? Yes. But did we win? No. It could have been better. We then took on Atletico San Luciano in perhaps the craziest game I've had so far this year. A 4-3 victory. Brian scores the opening goal of this effort. And I'm thinking, oh, we're going to be great. Then there's 4 more goals in the next 10 minutes as they equalise immediately. The fact he's allowed to get that time of space is annoying, but Sabitzer scores the equaliser. They then take the lead with this effort. And again, not great defending from our point of view. He gets his 2nd of the game. But never fear, Brian's here. Guzman finds Lozano. Lozano finds Soler. Soler finds Lozano. Nestor scores this goal to make it 2-2. But again, we then decide to actually be really good and hit them on a counter-attack from their own corner. Gabari finds Brian. Brian finds back in the net to make it 3. And then we make it 4-2 from the set piece. Gabari finds Ruben. Ruben places across, finds Brian. He gets his hat-trick, and it's a wonderful, wonderful finish. They do get a late goal to really give us a scare. Guerrero's free kick finds the back of the net. But we held on, and the period between the 22nd and 29th minute saw 4 goals be scored. Sorry, 5 goals be scored. It was outstandingly ridiculous, and I was a little concerned, but we held on and did well afterwards. We then took on Lenesse and drew 2-2 in a game that could have gone either way, honestly. They took the lead though, and, well, when Toledano gets that kind of space, he's not missing. But we got a penalty. Soler takes it, he scores, and it's a good penalty. Then we score to make it 2-1. Nestor from the corner. Gabari is my set piece taken now from that side. But then they score from a corner themselves, and Jimenez is unable to be denied by Sanchez's goalkeeping. 86 minutes in, they get a share of the spoils, and perhaps they should have got more. I don't know, I could be wrong. We then took on San Fernando and beat them 2-1, but not before having to come from behind. Ramos with the opening goal of the game. Keeper should probably do better, as should our defence, but we responded, and we managed to get an equaliser. Nestor finds himself a pass to Lozano. He finds Brian. Brian gets a tap in effectively, but it took until the second half to get a penalty. Solar scores it, and then they had a penalty themselves. It was a surprise to me that we actually were able to say Sanchez saved the penalty. Happy days. It won us the game effectively, because if it wasn't for that, we would have been drawing 2-2. We then took on Cadiz, CF Marindello, and they completely destroyed us in this half. It was unbelievable. Yes, we probably should do better with ourselves, but Amigo is a really good player. He scored there. They scored another goal from a corner, and for some reason, corners are one of our weaknesses this year defensively, and inside 30 minutes, they make it free, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, this team's incredible. I'm being torn to pieces by this team. The fact we get a goal back in the second half is a bit surprising, but it was more down to a mistake from them than anything else. And yeah, if you're not scoring that, then what are you doing? Martos getting that goal. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and those 3 goals they scored, despite the fact we had the better XG because of that late chance, just killed off any chance we had of winning this game. So, good play from them. We just could not handle them at all. We then took on Recreativa de Javier, and this was a 3-3 game that probably we didn't deserve to be part of, but we conceded early on, inside 80 minutes from a corner. Unfortunately, we couldn't deal with it, but we then scored 3 goals, and I don't know why we were so good suddenly, but Ruben plays it across to find Lozano. That's an easy header because no one picked him up. Then he decided to get 2 more goals in this game. Nestor finds Lozano here. Lozano just really good, cuts inside, shoots and scores, final top corner. Brilliant finish. And then he scores again. Gabari this time finds Ureli. He finds Ruben H. A deflected pass, but Lozano does really well to get the goal with there. So I'm thinking, oh, we could win this game now. No, Recreativo, they have other ideas. Yes, they can hit us on the counter-attack, and we should probably do better there. But I'm not about to change my mentality, my way of playing things. Unfortunately, this was not a counter-attack. This is just really bad defending, and whether he's able to shoot and score from there. So the team needs work still. We've shown that in some of the games we've had, and the fact we could see 3 goals in numerous games so far. And then Marbella came to town and beat us 3-0. I love this goal because it's a well-worked set-piece goal, and I would do that myself if I had the opportunity to. But then they scored from a corner, and the defender on the line tried to do it, didn't do it at all. Then this is probably the only non-set-piece goal they scored, and it was just a long ball into the area. We didn't deal with it, and they got a goal. 3-0. Marbella, quite good. They even missed a penalty, and that sums up their day. They really should have done more. This is by far our worst performance of the season so far. But then we bounced back, and we took on a team that last year beat us twice in the league. We beat them 3-1 this time, but we scored the opening goal, sorry. Very early goal. I forgot we were the team in red there for a second. But we got the opening goal there, and then we scored again. Guzman plays us across, finds Brian. He gets the second of the game. I'm delighted because it makes me think we're going to win this game, and then we get a third. So once we're getting the third goal, things are going well. Brian finds Ruben. He goes and shoots and scores his first goal for the club, I believe. And happy days. They do get a goal back, and quite frankly, it was no more than they deserved. Unfortunately, our pass forward was not great, and Diego does that. That's an outstanding finish. I think a half volley as well. Yeah, we FM'd this team 100%, and probably didn't deserve to win this game. But we did, and I'm taking credit for that. We then took Cordoba's B team and beat them 6-2, and this was great. Lozano does get fouled here as far as I'm concerned, but Brian scores the opening goal anyway, so it doesn't matter. And in the second half, before halftime, we get a second goal. Ruben's cross corner, finds Tonner gets back in the net, good finish. They do get a goal back before half-time, which I was a bit surprised it was actually still the first half at the time, and we were still playing, but Marquez does that, good finish. He thinks, oh, we've got a chance now. No, we're going to kill your chances. Guzman finds Retaleo scores his first goal for the club, happy days, and they get a goal back, because apparently we can't defend sometimes. Matti finds Oder finds Vaquez, who scores again. So he's thinking, I can get a hat-trick and save our team. No, you can't. We're going to get 3 more goals. Guzman, with a really good pass here, finds Martin. He finds Brian. Brian scores again. Brian loves scoring for us at the moment, and it's great. We get another corner. Ordonez, well, it wasn't the best corner. In fact, that clearance was so bad, it was ridiculous. And then Gabari does that. So another good finish. So not Gabari, it was Yuri, and he scores again. So Yuri apparently has a really good finish on him, and I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. He got 2 goals, his first 2 goals, and I gave him a professional contract as a result of those finishes. So I'm an easy man to please, quite frankly, but he deserved it after doing that, and I genuinely couldn't believe how good we were on this day. I really couldn't. We then took on Racing Catania and beat them 1-0 because, well, we drew 2-2. We did get an opening goal. Lozano gets the opening goal there. But then they equalised with it almost immediately. And yes, not our best defensively here. Tony Garcia should not be allowed to do that, but they scored anyway. And they actually took the lead. This is really well worked, actually. Moen thinks over the ball to find Molina. And I was very disappointed with our defence in that moment, because I thought, okay, we're going to lose, aren't we? No, we equalise. A corner. Gabari plays it in. And it's found by Nesta. So Nesta, really good in the box. Gabari, and any player that's playing in the ball in the middle for a corner is going to get some assists this year. And we were happy days. 2-2 draw. Did we deserve it? Probably not. But we're making the most of set pieces right now. And that's all I care about. We then took on the Neres and beat them 2-1. Our main rivals in the division, in the entire country. And we do this. Guzman with the opening goal. Happy days, 51 minutes in. We get a second goal from a corner, which gets cleared away to Gabari. And Gabari, when I say he's going to get an assist or 2, he's going to have fun. He scores from his own corner because it was cleared out to him and he don't deal with it. They do get a goal back, unfortunately, in the 80th minute, which did leave me a bit concerned. But when we're getting caught by these moves, I don't think you can do much about it. But thankfully, we held on to win by 2-1. Their XG is ridiculously high, but they also had really good chances, which they did miss. So perhaps they should have got more from this game, but quite frankly, I don't care. We got 3 points. We then took on Sevilla Atletico, and this is the best team in the division by some distance, but we took the lead against them. Gabari plays it across to find Brian. I thought, oh, we're going to win against this team. Happy days. No, we're not, because they're going to score. Amoto gets an equaliser, plays across to Sassano. He finds also scores the goal that equalises for them. And then they get a late winner, 85 minutes in. I thought we were going to survive, but no. Also decides to find Rivero, finds the ball back to him, and also gets a brace. So sometimes it's just not your day. But looking at the stats, we didn't deserve anything from this game. They were by far the better team. And I can't be upset by that. We then took on La Union Atletico, and we drew 1-0, but took the lead. Lozano with the opening, finds Nestor for the opening goal. It was a good start. They equalised, unfortunately, within the next 5 minutes. A corner, which we don't deal with properly. And again, it feels like a thing that you're going to see a lot of corner goals. And that's just unfortunate that we just don't deal with that defensively. But we don't lose the game. And as far as I'm concerned, we probably could have lost the game. But once that goal came in, we kind of just shifted things and just worked our favour. Diego got injured inside 9 minutes, unfortunately, and he's out for a bit of time. So, not ideal to have lost a player of that calibre. We then took on Cadiz's B team and lost again. We can't beat this team. They are so good against us. And Amigo just does that. It was a very unfortunate start for us. And I thought we could deal with it, do better. He scores again, unfortunately. He's literally the most annoying player to play against because he's so quick, it feels like. And that goal was a frustration. But we got a goal back, which was, at the time, our only shot on goal. Which I think tells you how bad our game was. But Nestor, the opening goal for us, it stayed 2-1. They beat us by 2-1. And They deserve to win. They were the better team by some distance, honestly. But as things stand, after 18 games, halfway through the year, well, not halfway through the year, we've got 16 more games, but 18 games in, we are in 6th place, 2 points off the playoffs, and actually only 6 points off the title right now. We've drawn against the team top of the table. We've lost against a team that is 2nd. We've drawn against a team in 3rd. We've lost against a team in 4th. We've lost against a team in 5th. So it really tells me a lot that the teams that are beating us are all above us and only above us. The only teams to beat us this year are in the top 5. So we're not losing against the bad teams. Unfortunately, we may be drawing against the bad teams because we've drawn against a team that's currently bottom, that's currently in 16th, and currently in 17th. So 3 games we probably should not be drawing. We did draw. But at least we're not losing to the bad teams this year. We're rescuing the points when we need to be. And that's good. There are some teams around us that I am concerned about, but other than that, it's not the end of the world. We're looking like a team that can be chancing for promotion. I do need to be careful about the relegation zone, even though we're 10 points clear there and 8 points clear the relegation playoffs. If things don't start to pick up the pace again, we can start finding ourselves being dragged back into it, and that is not ideal. Unfortunately, the youth intake preview is not very good, though. Apparently, this is what to expect, and it's apparently a 4.5-star intake, which, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't look great. Goalkeeper, fullbacks, and centre-backs C. Everything else is D or below. I'm not confident about this intake in the slightest. Can you blame me? I do want to give a quick shout out though to Raul Mato, who's actually improving really, really well. I had to give him a new contract because he's now good enough for our division, which is great. 17 years of age, operating at our level, even if he's not amazing at times with his heading. Yes, I know some of the attributes here are really bad, but if you look at how quickly he has developed, you can see why I'm using him still and why I'm giving it a lot of faith. He has improved a lot in the mental side of things, and that, for me, is the best part about his game. It's getting to the point that if he stays fairly professional, he will be a mentor for a lot of my players, and that says a lot. Also, we got a new contract because of how well we're doing in the league, so we're here for another year, guaranteed regardless. But anyway, I'm going to end things here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.